Welcome back, everyone, to the spring semester. Here's the thanks, Mas. Here's going to be the sign-in form for this meeting. For those who don't remember, by filling out this sign-in form, you kind of show us that you are here today. It gets you an entry into our monthly raffle, which we will do in this case at the end of February because January is over in like 3 days. So, as usual, we have our 3 prizes. Every entry gets you, every sign-in sheet gets you an entry to the raffle. An entry to the raffle is a chance to win one of those 3 prizes every month.
Go and gamble. I didn't say that, by the way.
It's free gambling. You don't have to pay anything. You just
No, I don't know if this. I don't know how well this sits with the law, but that's why I
It's
said
free until it's not.
it's free until it's not.
No, it's
You
actually
pay
free,
with
though.
your attendance
Yeah.
and maybe actual money if you're VIP.
Yeah, oh yeah. And if you're a VIP member, you do actually get double the entries for any
It's
kind of
rigged.
sign-in short. It is not that rigged. It is definitely helpful, but it is not
It's a
that
little
rigged.
rigged.
It's rigged in the VIP's favor.
All right.
That's the. I
hopefully
can't read that.
that was enough time. So moving on, here's the membership form for actual like official enrollment into the club. The only reason we have to do this is just for essentially we need to keep records for ourselves, as well as the school requires us to ensure that these clubs actually have people in them. And the way they do that is by saying who signs up on my bar. So please sign up on my bar. It's on this form, as well as some other things just for us. And you do have to do it every semester. So if you did it last semester, you still need to do it again. You should still be in the my bar, but yes,
Should I sign up too?
you can if you want. I mean,
You were forced in at the beginning
yeah,
of
I mean,
last
yeah, you
semester.
probably should. We'll fill them out eventually, but it's more important that the general members fill them out because they're already recorded. We're already recorded on my bar.
It helps us stay a legitimate club.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone, but when I joined the club, I didn't sign up on my bar. I didn't know we had to.
Yeah, that's why we're making sure people know
I blame
now.
Melvin. He never told me.
Don't check on Discord. They could play with us.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody's screaming that it's silent.
Yeah, I'm just
No,
gonna
I think
double
we're
check.
good.
We're good? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna assume that means the audio's good.
We're recording it.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Next, we're doing a simple introduction you've seen before. What is the GDC, or the Game Development Club? We are a project-based club where we come together in teams to make video games. So the way we accomplish that is through our game pitches, but we want to make sure that each member understands the fundamental disciplines of game development and game design, which will include programming, art, music, writing, and more. Sometimes we'll talk about voice acting and whatnot, and story writing, but these are like the main 4 that we talk about. There is absolutely no experience required to join the club, and people of all skill levels are welcome, regardless if you're a beginner or never like touched any kind of game development platform, or don't know what a game engine is, or if you're really experienced, it's for everyone. So do not feel discouraged. We have plenty of resources to help people out who are not familiar and those who are experienced as well. So we have a demo reel. Currently the 2024 one is in progress, so we cannot show it to you today. This is the one from last fall, but you guys can watch it on your own accord because it is a long video. I guess I could skip through it, but essentially we just go over some of the games that were made in the club. So we have like Slime Hop, which is a cool puzzle, a 2D puzzle game that was made last fall.
Frontline feline.
Frontline Feline.
The cat has PTSD.
Does. Popcorn Teeth.
Made by a board member.
Yes.
If you can't tell about the music, it's kind of a horror game.
As you can see, the style of games, there aren't really any restrictions, but they want to do like visual novel style 2D. We also have some 3D games coming up. I'll just show off like one more game.
Gunslinger Hilda.
Yep. Hopefully it loads quick. We have Guns to the Hilda from last fall, which was essentially an Vertex.
Yeah, Vertex.
I'm about
Oh
to
my
skip
God.
too far.
Also by a current board member.
Yeah, which might actually get repitched again, I think. I'm not sure.
They've switched engines
tradition.
since then.
Yeah,
they
that was
switched.
last semester.
All right,
But it's
we're
over
gonna
engine, so it's better.
move on just for the sake of time. Anyway, so as we mentioned earlier, you can become a VIP member if you want to help support the club. Obviously, we're in spring semester, so you can't get the year-long membership. You can still get the semester-long membership. It will come with the club shirt, which can be seen here. This is the design we have. We also do other pieces of merchandise like keychains, pins, lanyards, stickers, and more. It'll also include priority for certain events, as well as special features like the double entry to the raffle, as well as priority registration for things like any studio tours, anything we do. So here's some of the merchandise we have. We still have some merchandise pending, same information as last time. We may end up adjusting the prices for certain pieces of merchandise, but those details will come soon. Here's the order form for if anyone ever wants merchandise. All of these forms, by the way, will also go on the post-meeting announcement, which will also include all the other pieces of information you guys need to stay informed with the club. So moving on, we'll go into board introductions. So this is, yes, slightly refurbished slides from last semester. So as usual, I'm Aiden Sanders. I am the current president of the Game Development Club. I like programming, cooking, and I was supposed to put gardening there, but I think that vanished. Recently played games. I play a lot of Pokemon games, whether that's Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Showdown, the mainline game, spin-off, whatever.
What about Power World?
Power Worlds is kind of mid. Like, it's a cool idea. It just needs like more content and more everything.
It does not have the Nintendo seal of approval.
Yeah, they did not have that either. I've also been playing quite a bit of Marvel Rivals with my friends. Better than I thought it would be, honestly. I actually did not. I played Overwatch, and unfortunately, I did not very much enjoy it. It's not a bad game. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Marvel Rivals, for some reason, just a lot better, even though it's like kind of the same game.
It's a bad game.
According to Dachi, that is not.
Not
the case.
Rivals. Overwatch.
Overwatch,
okay.
Yeah, agreed.
I didn't play Rivals.
Why not? I mostly develop on Unreal Engine, but I do have experience in Unity. And yeah, that's kind of about me. And next.
Next is me. Hello, I'm Mark, the vice president. I also do Unreal Engine work. What?
Sorry.
Obviously, we're, I think everybody in the board, except for like one person's a computer science major. So my hobbies are just making video games, playing video games, cooking food. I play Warframe, Balloon Tower Defense, and obviously I'm also addicted to Marvel Rivals. So yeah, I've been playing that. I have bunnies, and you'll see a lot of bunny references throughout my posts, if not going through the history of like the chat logs. They are very cute. This one's Parfait, this one's Souffle, and yeah, and I'll randomly post those in it to interrupt people all the time. So, if you haven't played Marvel Rivals yet, you should. We have a Steam group for the whole thing, not related to Marvel Rivals, but just in gaming in general, so...
We're not endorsed.
We're not endorsed. I mean, shit, that'd be good money if we were. But, yeah, we'll have a QR code about that later for the Steam group. I'm gonna make you guys sit through this because Jeff is the best character in the game.
Next slide, next slide.
No, you will take Jeff. Alright, we'll go next slide.
Yeah. Isabel is not here. Maybe if she comes here, we'll have her introduction later, but to go a brief overview, you can read it yourself. Lots of memes and good games and other things about Isabel. You'll see her eventually, I promise. All right.
Oh my god, it actually stuttered. Anyways, hi guys, I'm the secretary. I'm responsible for scheduling. I fought for this room this semester, so thank me for being here. But not to sound like a total dick. My hobbies, I like to draw a lot. I put crafting there because I was working on something last semester. I never finished it. I am obsessed with playing video games. I've been playing games for my entire life, quite literally. For my other hobbies, I do game dev, not as much as I want to, and I do modding. So if you play the Yakuza games, you could probably see like a mod or two I've made. And I got a new hobby this semester. I sleep and I wake up on time. So yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. Thank you. My recently played games, I played the entirety of Elden Ring and its DLC again. That is like 130 hours, good God. I've been playing Helldivers 2, great game. You guys should wait for a sale and get it. I've been playing through Kingdom Come Deliverance because I've been putting it off for years, and the second one's already coming out in a couple days. And over the winter, I finished up the rest of the Stalker trilogy and started Stalker 2. Good God, Unreal Engine 5 runs horrible. And here's an updated picture of me that I took the 2 days before, because my hair grew out. There's a bunch of shit posts. Why haven't we killed this guy yet? Yeah, you should stand up. Pull up.
So, hi guys, I'm Bill, I'm also ComSci. I'm the historian for this club, so you see me there taking notes during meetings. My hobbies include gaming, cooking, traveling, and collecting figures. And recently I haven't played much games, only just Honkai Star Rail and Black Myth Wukong. Monkey.
I can't believe you got rid of the Dark Souls stuff, man. For shame.
I'm sorry, I haven't touched it in 3 months.
Touch it.
Nathan, your turn.
Alright. Hello everyone, I'm Nathan. I'm your video editor. I do all the videos and stuff that sometimes go wrong, but hopefully they're good.
It's our fault mostly, not his.
Yeah, usually. I'm a computer science major. My hobbies are gaming and doing anything else that involves not leaving my house. And like 2 months ago, I got into Persona on like a whim, and it's basically the only games that I've really been playing at all. And yeah, that's about it.
You should play Yakuza.
I think I will.
Oh God, you gotta consult me then. Hey guys, I'm not Ian. Ian is not here. He told me to present this for him. I don't know where he is. I think he either has a class or something important to be in. His phone also broke today. It's really funny and unfortunate. He's a comp sci major as well, trying to graduate. I think he's got a couple credits up. I think this might be his last semester. Hobbies, video games, board games, making games, maybe.
I see a Marvel Rivals post on
And
there.
he said, recently played games, some good games and some bad games. He removed the funnier stuff from this. Goodbye. Next. Do we have Aaron in this room?
I do not think Erin is here, so we'll also give
She's in the call.
Oh, in the call?
And she's been sacrificed to Science Council.
Is it in the call?
Is she in the call?
I don't know if she can
You have to
talk,
click
though.
on the stage.
Audience.
Click on. There you go.
Aaron, okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna invite
Invite
you
her
to
to
the
the stage.
stage.
Yeah, she can talk. Oh, there she is.
Oh my God, you're here!
Bamboozled us.
It's your slide! It's your slide! Great timing, by the way.
I'm marketing director for Game Development Club. I'm a visual communication design major. I changed from computer science, I got a lot of breath. I love to draw, write, sculpting on the side. My favorite games right now is Black Ops 6. I've been hooked on prop hunt and multiplayer. Really fun. Played Fortnite, I did AVP. I need to get more into Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
I played a bit, so I'm trying to get into it right now. But yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Alright. So, now we're moving on to some upcoming events that the club will be hosting. First of all, obviously, is game pitches. If you have not somehow heard of them yet, game pitches are semester-long projects or teams get together to develop our minimum viable product by the end of the semester, or continue an existing game pitch from the previous semester. Anyone who has an idea for a video game can present their idea at their game pitch meeting after they fill out the form and meet with us, of course. And after that meeting occurs, anyone from the club can just join that game pitch, and that will form the game pitch team. Real guys will then work on that game for the remainder of the semester and hopefully have an MVP by the banquet. So these are, again, some games that the club's developed. You have Planetary Pursuits, Gunslinger Hilda, Vertex, Machine Citadel, Chupo, Aerodash, and the little things. There's obviously more, but we can only fit so many pictures on a single slide. Again, if you want to see them all, they're on our itch.io page. You can find it by searching it up, or we will also include the link in the post-meeting announcement. So, game pitches are most successful when they have a well-defined scope. That is why we meet with you guys after you submit your idea to us. We don't change the way your game works or anything like that. We don't even really advise you on how to make the game directly. We just say, like, is it feasible? Like, is making like a 2D platformer with a couple of levels feasible? Yes. Is making like, you know, your own open world action RPG that has like MMO features in a semester? Maybe not so much. we want to make sure that there's a clear vision on what the game is going to accomplish, like what the core features are. Because if you just say you want to make a game that has like cool characters, that's like great. I imagine most people want cool characters, but ideally more direction helps. And then of course your pitch will include all practical information. So the engine you plan on using, obviously you can change it. Just at least have something in mind. The genre, like again, is it going to be an action game? Is it going to be a puzzle game, story, visual novel, so on and so forth? And the minimum viable product, what it looks like for your game. So you'll state what that will entail. Again, MVP stands for minimum viable product. And essentially, what you can condense it down into is just the minimum set of features, where if you remove any of these features, your game loses its identity because it has missed something that's integral to the gameplay or the experience of playing this game. So basically, if it is necessary for your game to maintain its identity, it's part of your MVP. Again, so the timeline will be come up with the idea for your game. This is what you guys are hopefully doing right now. If you have an idea for a game, if not, I'd start brainstorming. Then you will submit the application. This application will be sent out later on today. It'll basically just, again, be that basic information, what your idea is for your game. Of course, you don't have to have any experience to pitch a game. You just got to submit this application. Then we will meet with you. We call it interview, but it's not really an interview. We're just going to be like making sure you properly understand what your game is about in case, again, there's any scoping concerns or anything like that. Next will be the presentation, which will happen on our game pitch meeting. That is scheduled for a couple of weeks from now. Those details will be revealed in a moment. And then, obviously, after the game pitch presentation, you will have your people have the opportunity to join your game pitch, and that will be the formation of the teams, as whoever joins your game pitch will be a part of your team. And obviously, as a person who pitched the game, you're the de facto team lead. Game pitch idea submissions will be due on Friday, February 7th at 11:59 p.m. That is next Friday. So that means any time from later on tonight when I post the form until next Friday, we will have the ability to submit your game pitch. That following week, which will be, is it week 2? I don't remember. But that following week will just be us getting interview time slots for people, making sure that we meet with everyone, make sure that, again, that the scoping of the games and everything looks good, and potentially give direction if necessary.
I think that's week 3.
Week 3.
Because we are in week 2, even though we didn't have anything last week.
All right, that's fair. Well, whatever that week is, the following week will be that. So the Tuesday after that week will actually be our game pitch meeting. So that will be when the game pitch team leaders come up to the front and present as we are right now, except instead of it being about the club, it will be about their game. Whatever their game entails, they'll give us all that information, and we will let each and every person do that. Usually we do it in order that we receive the pitches, and once we go through all of those, then you guys will be free to start discussing and meeting with people, seeing what you want to pitch you want to join. If you want to join a pitch, obviously it's not mandatory as part of the club. You can just attend meetings and events and stuff and not do any actual working on pitches. But we encourage you, of course, to work on the game pitch because it is accessible, and this is a really good way to get effectively work experience without actually having to, get a job at a gaming company.
Please don't be like me and not deliver a pitch for 2 semesters. It's fine if you don't. Things happen, but you'll feel guilty.
At least work on one.
Yeah. And it'll also be easier given something that we'll be doing this semester that I'll be talking about in a moment. And one thing I have to mention is that due to the pitch meeting being about a week later than normal, it'd be encouraged if you happen to be a person pitching a game and kind of know how to set up a project. It'd be encouraged you had to just do a little bit of that basic project setup before the game pitch meeting, just to keep things on track. You don't have to, of course. It's just encouraged. If any of you guys remember from last semester, Aerodash had something like an almost playable version of their game. It's just very basic. Everything's like cubes and circles, but like the core features are just about there. That would be like the golden example of that. Obviously, we don't need that much, but if you can at least get like a version of Unity or Godot or whatever you're using running, and you have a couple of things here and there, that would be like plenty. Obviously, you can have nothing. There's no requirement. Just again, advice. Workshops. So in addition to our meetings, we'll host workshops on Fridays, which will usually be from 3 to 5 p.m. in Building 6, Room 113. It is diagonally, if you exit Building 8 through those front doors, it's like diagonally down, and building,
Across the quad.
Yeah, 113 is the first or second door on your left when you enter the doors. These workshops will go more in depth on certain game development topics related to programming, art, music, and writing. The first one we have slated is for February 14th, which will be, it's kind of like a very chunky workshop because of the fact that this workshop wasn't able to properly happen last semester because I had issues with my computer. But it'll effectively be saving and loading through the use of JSON files and then inventory and crafting, just so we have something to save. Because obviously if you have a saving feature, you need something to save. So the inventory is a good way to do that. It kind of also knocks out two birds with one stone.
That's deeply philosophical.
Great. Well, yeah.
Gotta have something to save.
Well, I mean, really, if you make a saving system and there's no actual like game state to save, then it doesn't really show off the feature.
What's the
you don't,
lore?
You don't
What's
know
the lore about this?
the lore.
I'm interrupting you. You continue.
All right. Again, these workshops are beginner friendly and basically no experience is needed. Obviously, this one sounds a little bit more advanced, but as long as you, well, basically, we'll get it figured out. Like, don't worry. Just if you want to learn about this, please show up, and you will be able to participate fully. Club socials. Besides meeting and workshops, we want you to have opportunities to also get to know your fellow club members. So we'll do socials of various kinds and game nights. Our
We're
first
having
game
one
night
next week.
will actually be next Friday. So that same Friday that pitches are due, from 3 to 5 p.m., we'll be meeting in Building 6, Room 113. I believe the plan is right now is to just do a couple board games and card games and video games, as well as like pizza and snacks, the usual. So yeah, that will be next Friday. Said that already. The other thing we do is guest speaker events. So we will be having various guest speakers talk about different aspects of game development. So they could be alumni, game developers out in the field, and other people that we've managed to get into contact with and who have agreed to speak to us. So we've had a couple companies in the past speak to us, including Mobilityware, Obsidian, and Amazon Games. And right now we actually have an upcoming guest speaker, Luis Valencia, will be speaking to the club about his experience with game lifecycle management and distribution platforms. This will be, again, Tuesday, February 11th, in this building, Building 8, Room 4, from 12 to 1 p.m., so basically our normal meeting time. It will be in person. I will double check with him if we are able to stream it on Discord, but definitely, obviously, if you come in person, you'll be able to hear him talk. This was a little excerpt he gave to me. I posted it on Discord. I can read it out to you guys, but you guys can skim through it. Basically, yeah, he's been doing a lot of work with distribution platforms and lifecycle management. He'll go in depth on all this, and I believe you'll be able to ask questions if you have them at the end. But yeah, please be sure to attend. Guest speaker events are usually a good way to connect with people and get some usually deep insights on the state of the gaming industry and just general information. It helps keep you in the know. They sometimes even have good tips or even can point you to recruiting resources from time to time. It's always a good idea to attend, and we usually try to bring pizza to these events as well, just so you guys can have a little snack while you're listening to them talk, because it's a little bit of a different structure than our normal meeting. A new feature that we are starting this semester is going to be our game dev office hours. So starting this week, we'll be offering them. Basically, if you have any questions related to game development, whether it's getting started with an engine or some very specific feature you're trying to implement, or you just have like a bug that you need to figure out, we will be posting time online through Discord to essentially try to work with you. So obviously, if this time doesn't work out for you, you can DM us or send an email or something, and we can try to meet at another time. But our kind of general purpose time slot for these kind of events is going to usually be Fridays, usually in the afternoon. So this Friday, actually, we'll have our first one from 7 to 8 p.m. Through Discord. Again, this is supposed to replace introductory workshops. So instead of just doing like intro to Git, intro to Unity, intro to Go, like twice every school year, we just do them once every school year, but then have game dev office hours for people who join at any other point in time and need help getting started with that. So, and obviously, if for some reason you come up to us with a question and we're able to answer then, we will then go and try to figure it out ourselves and get back to you so that you guys can keep going on. The hope with these is that, first of all, people feel less intimidated by approaching game pitches and game development in general. And second of all, the other hope is that if there's ever a hitch with a game pitch, that people don't get stuck and the team like disbands or just kind of stops working on it. We want people to feel like they have the ability to keep working on these projects and again not get like completely destroyed by roadblocks. So that's what the hope is with these. Obviously, you can always ask questions on Discord, but this is a dedicated time slot where we will be there to answer questions and try to help you guys.
Are we getting paid for this?
No.
Unfortunately, no club positions are paid. They're actually very stingy. You actually lose money usually when you're in a club. I'm not gonna lie. So
True.
to specify, again, that we threw a lot of dates and times. I wanted to make the calendar clear. So first, the first event we have, obviously after this meeting, is that we'll have our game dev office hours on Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. Our next general meeting, which will be kind of going further in depth on game pitches, as well as examples on what makes a good pitch, will be next Tuesday, again, same time, 12 to 1 p.m., Building 8, Room 4, this same room. We will be having, again, our game night social that Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. in Building 6, Room 113 across the quad. Next, that same night as the game night social, we will have our deadline for pitch submissions. Of course, afterwards, we will then meet with you guys, and then the pitch meeting will happen the following 2 Tuesdays after, essentially. But I should restructure that. So next meeting is this date. The following meeting after that is actually our guest speaker with Luis Valencia, which will be in this room. We'll have that workshop that Friday, and then the actual game pitch meeting will be not next Tuesday, not the Tuesday afterwards, but that third Tuesday, the 18th of February, which will then be when game pitches are fully in swing. I know it's still like a lot of dates, so we're still trying to figure out how to format all of these dates and times because there's a
Don't
lot of
worry too
information.
much, it'll be an announcement.
Yes, it'll all be an announcement that you can review later, but we want to make sure that the timeline is clear.
And for that one person who reads newsletters.
Yeah. Next, we want to do a Dave & Buster social. The plan is for it to be around week 8. We will be posting out an interest form because off-campus events are a little, the scheduling can be a little funky, so we need to actually come up with a list of participants before we even are officially allowed to have it. So today we'll be posting out an interest form because we need to have a list of names of people who plan on attending in order to actually host the event. Otherwise, we are not allowed to do it. We might do a loophole and just coincidentally all show up at Dave & Buster's at the same time, at the same place, on the same day. But ideally, we do it through official channels and therefore able to provide more things for you guys.
Besides official requirements, we gotta do logistics, like for people who need rides.
Yeah, that too. We understand that sometimes people need transportation, and when we do it officially, we're able to provide that. The next thing we were thinking of doing is a Minecraft movie social. So for those who don't know, unfortunately, there is going to be a Minecraft movie. No, it is probably not going to be good.
But he's not with us anymore.
But you know, it's a video game movie, and it works out for a social, you know. So
Yeah, we get to hang out and watch Slob.
yeah, so essentially, coincidentally, the Minecraft movie actually comes out the Friday during spring break. So we're actually going to send out an interest form on whether or not we want to host this event that Friday during spring break or the Friday afterwards, just because, you know, people travel or have
Yeah.
plans for spring break. It may be the case that we see it the Friday afterwards when people have returned and are back in the area. But yeah, these are the two, I guess, more major events specifically run by our club that we'll be hosting. I would like to mention that there are other events in the works that are hosted jointly between our clubs and others. However, we are not announcing those details until later. So keep in mind that this is not all the events happening this semester, just the most immediate ones, and then 2 that we know we will be hosting. Last thing I'd like to bring to your attention is that the banquet will be May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Ursa Minor, which is in the Bronco Student Center. That is a Saturday. And we want to let you know right now when the time is, so it's very clear how long you have to work on your game pitch, because the banquet is effectively like the deadline for your game pitch, because we would like you guys to present your game pitch, whether you did no work on it, whether you did a little bit of work on it, or whether you completed it or exceeded your expectations. However, whatever state it turns out in, we're just happy to see our progress and, you know, just show off your game to the whole club. So that will be that Saturday. So now you guys know when to start, which is now, and then when it needs to be completed, quote unquote, which is that.
You want to hype up the spring break as well? Since the spring banquet is kind of like our grand banquet. So if you come last year, we have it hosted in the little room. We actually have one of the event rooms hosted for the spring if you're new to the club. we'll have catering and all kinds of fun and games. It's not just pizza like the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
We
actually
want Portos this time, right?
I want Lucille's.
currently we're discussing
We're
Portos,
discussing-
but the idea is that it's a more formal banquet. Again, we're not going to flood you with details on that because some of them are subject to change, and it's like literally the last event we do, so the more other events are more pressing.
Just doing a little bit
So-
of trolling.
Isabel, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Isabel just got here. Let me go all the way back. Probably
We're
press
gonna
it.
flashbang everybody if you get.
Sorry.
Right there.
Right here.
Hello, my name is Isabel. I'm the treasurer. I'm a computer science major and trying to be like a philosophy minor. Unfortunately, the minor coordinator is not responding to my emails. So I like game development. I tell people I like hiking. I don't actually like hiking. And I like buying overpriced things. And some recently played games are Half-Life 2 and Ultra Kill. By the way, I like Ultra Kill. And I also played The Last of Us Part 1.
All right. Thank you, Isabel.
Spread run out. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
All right. Hopefully that picked up on Discord, but if not, they can watch the
If
recording.
they blinked, they missed it anyway.
Okay. All right. Going back to the calendar. Last thing we have for you guys is whoops. My bad. Too much. So we have a club LinkedIn page. It will soon be populated with information, more information of specifically the guest speaker event we have coming up, as well as we will try to emphasize posts that may be of interest to the club, like any internships or important things to know about, like the game development environment on LinkedIn. That's going to be like our more official side of the club. We're fairly casual, in the club room and at events and stuff. But this is going to be more formal and helpful with the more businessy side of things. Last but not least, we also have a club Steam group. Obviously, most of the people here like to play games. So if you would like to join the Steam group, it helps us to kind of organize games. Gameplay sessions, whatever you guys want. It doesn't really. We do officially Halo game nights. However, we're open to literally anything. And of course, if you guys just want to make a post in the group, be like, hey, who wants to play, whatever game, whether it's like Marvel Rivals.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I have a feeling Marvel Rivals and Minecraft are gonna be the two bigger ones. But if you guys just want to play a multiplayer game, but just like want to find some people, this is hopefully a place you can do that. We'll also be kind of refurbishing it a little bit, making it a little bit better. So that I can better serve you guys. If I recall, that is the end of this meeting. Thank you guys for listening. I know it was a lot of information. If you guys need us to go back to any of like the QR codes or sign-in sheets or calendar, let us know. But this will all be posted in our post-meeting announcement, and it will also include two things that were not in this meeting, which were the game pitch submission form, as well as the two interest forms for the Minecraft movie social and the Dave & Buster's social. All right, thank you guys.